Next, we will come to the concept of variables. The Hello World program that we wrote, that program just writes to the screen. It prints on the screen Hello World. It does not read anything. It does not take any input from the user. That's rather a bore. Real programs tend to produce results based on some inputs we give them. We give them some numbers and they give us the addition of those numbers. Okay, they do not just do exactly the same thing each time we execute them. This Hello World program, each time we execute it, it will print Hello World. But if you write a program to add two numbers, it will behave differently. It will give a different output depending on which two numbers you want to add. To read something, we need somewhere in the computer's memory to place what we read. Okay, so if your program is to read two numbers, then you have to store them somewhere in the computer's memory. Okay, so the two numbers, for example 2 and 3, are input from the keyboard. Then in order to operate on these two numbers, you need to store them somewhere in the memory. Such a place is called an object. Remember, when we discussed the concept of objects in context of object-oriented programming, we said that object take memory. So these numbers, they are also taking up memory. So we can say that these numbers, when they are stored in the memory, they are behaving like objects. This is an example of an int object. Okay, so when we discussed the concept of objects, I said that int is a data type. Okay, and when you create a variable of type int, then that variable is an instance of this data type. The data type does not itself occupy memory, but the instance, also known as variable, also known as object, it occupies the memory. So what is happening here? Here we are creating an integer. The data type is integer. The name is age and the value is 42. Okay, so this 42 value will be stored somewhere in the computer's memory. An object is a region of memory with a data type that specifies what kind of information can be placed in it. Okay, so if the data type is int, the integers will be stored in this variable age. Okay, we can think of an object as a box in which you can put a value of the object's type, object's data type. To access an object, we need a name. Once you have stored a value in the memory, then you want to operate on that value. Okay, then in order to access that, you will not write the location of the memory. You do not need to deal with memory locations. You just need a name. A named object is a variable. Variable has a specific type such as int or string that determines what thing can be put into the object and what operations can be applied. If the data type is int, integers can be put into the object and arithmetic operations can be applied. If the data type is string, the character strings can be stored in the memory and the string operations such as concatenation, copying, etc., those operations can be applied. 1, 2, 3 can go into an int. Hello world can go into a string. Here there is a special character \n. \n means when the compiler will print hello world on the screen, after printing the hello world, the cursor will go to the next line. N means new line. We can multiply ints using the star operator and compare the strings using less than equal to operator. Okay, so the operations which can be applied on a object, they are determined by its data type. Arithmetic operators can be applied on integer data type and string operations can be applied on string data type. Data items we put into variables are called values. So 1, 2, 3 is a value. Int is a data type and it has a name. Int age equal to 23 means int is the data type, age is the name and 23 is the value. Defining a variable. A statement that introduces a new name into a program and sets aside memory for a variable is called definition. For example, int age. This is a definition. Here we are defining or introducing a new name. The name is age and we are also allocating memory to this variable. Okay. Definition can and usually should provide an initial value. For example, string name is equal to Anna-Marie. So here we are also providing an initial value. Int number of steps equal to 39. Int is the data type, name of the variable is number of steps and 39 is the value. By executing this statement, the compiler will reserve a location in the memory which will store the integer data type, which can be accessed using the name, number of steps, and which stores the value 39. Okay, so there is a question here. What is the problem in the code below? String name 2 equal to 39, int number of steps equal to Anna-Marie. The answer is you cannot put values of the wrong type into a variable. Here the variable name 2 is a string variable. Its data type is string, but the value which we are putting here is an integer. This is wrong. We cannot store an integer into a variable of type string. Okay. Similarly, we cannot store a variable of type string into a value of type string into a variable of type int.